Hi, my name is Julia Evans and I'm a lifestyle transformational coach. Today we're going to be talking about protein. Now, I had a client recently ask me what are the best proteins to be eating to gain lean muscle mass. So I thought I'd dedicate this video to some of my favorite proteins, what I'm currently taking to keep my body lean, and also what I've been eating over the past year to develop lean muscle mass. Because I will share that for the longest time, I would say even for upwards of 8 years, I was going to the gym, not seeing the results, not because I wasn't putting in the work, but because I wasn't, in fact, taking those fundamental building blocks of protein and feeding my muscles right after I trained, or even having a proper breakfast. So this is what I want to impress upon you, is that if you know that you're skipping breakfast or that you're having a lighter lunch, really take a look at what your weekly routine looks like as far as scheduling for food, and be honest with yourself. Be like, am I actually getting enough protein? Take a look. I will run through a quick list here that I've made for you. So my top proteins are, well, eggs for sure. I'm having on average 2 eggs a day in an omelet, but 2 eggs alone is only 12 grams of protein, and the goal here for most people, it's going to differ depending on your body weight, but for me, I'm about 140 pounds and I'm wanting to consume 25 to even 30 grams of protein per meal. So as you could see, 2 eggs is definitely not enough. So what I've done, instead of adding even more eggs to this, because we do want the omega-3, the good fats, but not having 25 eggs to hit our protein for that serving. So what I've done is added in egg whites. So in 3 tablespoons of egg whites that you can buy at the grocery store, you're getting 5 grams of protein. So if I take that serving size and triple it, there's 15 grams of protein I'm simply boosting to add to the other 2 eggs for my omelet that I'm eating every morning. And that's 27 grams of protein. So you can see the substantial difference there between protein content. Next, one of my favorites is lean ground turkey, and this tastes great in stir fries. I love having lean ground turkey. I'll have approximately 3 to 4 ounces per serving when I'm eating turkey. And if you want to just be reading labels, that's what I'd recommend. Read your labels, educate yourself on how much protein you're actually getting to what you think you may have been getting. And generally, for most of my clients, when I'm asking them to do their nutrition logs, they're shocked and astounded by how little protein they're getting in their diet. So again, these are the building blocks that are going to take you from either that goal of wanting to lose weight and not being able to get there. Well, you're not going to get there if you're not feeding your body. And I'm finding even with people that want to lose weight, they're under eating as well. So this can apply to both camps, the people that want to gain lean muscle mass and that also want to lose weight. Nutrition is one of the key pieces to hitting that goal. And here I have listed nuts. Almonds and peanuts are a great snack. This is not an invitation to eat a huge bag of trail mix in one sitting. You're going to be looking at about 2 tablespoons of nuts per serving. Now, for women that are looking to lose weight, I would caution them here. I wouldn't necessarily have this as your main snack food because you are looking to lose weight and they're generally higher in healthy fats. But for the women that are looking to gain lean muscle mass, this is a perfect way to get your caloric intake up and to be getting more calories throughout the day in between meals. Next would be fish. I absolutely love salmon. Very high in omega-3, which is important for your brain function and really overall function of the body. So for great healthy hair, skin, and nails, omega-3s and essential fatty acids are a key component to that. Next, we're going to talk a little bit about slower releasing proteins, so such as cottage cheese and Greek yogurt. These can be eaten right before bed if you're finding you're a little hungry or you need something to tie you over until the morning. This is perfect. Then next would actually be protein powder. This is one I will not be without. This really helps me out throughout the day. Right after your training, this is one you want to note to be having, I would say, within 20 minutes of training. Again, it's going to be feeding your muscles, building the muscle tissues that you've just torn down from your workout and rebuilding that lean physique you're looking to achieve. And another great way of using protein powder is if you're in a rush in the morning and you're like, I cannot even think about making an omelet or making something with high protein for breakfast. I would say get up, make yourself a smoothie. It only takes a couple minutes. I generally throw a bit of spinach in there and almond milk, and then I'll throw in my protein powder and just blend that up with whatever else I have on hand, whatever superfoods I'm using that of the day. So highly recommend that. And then moving down the list here, we also have beans. Beans is another great way to not necessarily look at as your main protein source for a meal, but you can definitely boost the protein value in any meal, any salad. I'll even mix up a quinoa salad, put those black beans in there, along with up here the lean ground turkey. So alone, you would be getting 21 grams of protein from the black beans in just 100 grams. So that's just giving you another point of where you're at on the scale for protein. And then now quinoa I listed because it's a funny one. So I actually have it here. This is my container of dried quinoa, and I used to think this is, well, it is a whole protein, and I used to think that, well, I had quinoa and I'm getting enough protein, and I hear this from a lot of women, but if you look here, for 1 cup of cooked quinoa, you're only getting 8 grams of protein, which is quite low. It's still better than none, but you're not going to have upwards of 3 cups of quinoa because of the carb content. That said, I wouldn't have this as a main source, but again, these two are more like to boost your protein in a meal. So I just wanted to bring some awareness around this, that it isn't as high in protein as some people think. So busting that myth. And I made a note here of the importance, because I wanted to remember to tell you to read labels. So at the point of doing a grocery run or going to the grocery store, I've always been a label reader. I believe it's really important to avoid preservatives, high fructose corn syrup, added sugars, because it's just going to take away from the goals and the results that you're looking to achieve. And it's completely unnecessary. If you want to add a little sweetener to something like Greek yogurt, a better option would be a little bit of raw honey or even maple syrup. But you don't need that sugar that's added in there, because it's easy just to get out of control with your sugar, spike your insulin levels, and really take away from the work you're doing in the gym. So read labels. Another quick tip would be to aim for 5 meals a day. So you're not just going to be eating protein. A balanced meal would look like carbs, protein, fiber, and fat. So all 4 is going to fuel you throughout the day and stabilize your blood sugar. If you have one without the other, things are just not going to be as balanced, and you might even notice if you're just having carbs without the protein, you may have a sugar crash or feel a little shaky during the day. That's how you're going to avoid that. Now, 5 meals a day, it sounds completely ridiculous to you. That's when the protein powder comes in. So in between having your breakfast and lunch, you can look at having that protein shake in between. It's very simple. You can put the protein powder in a cup. Now for you vegan people that are out there, there is plant-based protein as well, protein powder, so just go to your local health food store and I'm sure people there can point you in the right direction. So you would be having that in between your meals, and then right after lunch, so in the afternoon, I would say around 2:33, when most people are starting to fall asleep at their desks or just get that low, have your other protein shake then. It's an option for if you're finding it harder and a little more challenging to get those 5 meals in. So that is where I would start with upping your protein content and some options for you. Now, if you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'm also going to share with you below this video my favorite recipe for protein pancakes. It's very simple, and I will list all the ingredients and how to make it, so please feel free to try the recipe out. Again, comment and let me know what other videos you'd like to see. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.